Welcome to another Dev Chat. I'm CCP Monty, and this time around I'm joined by, CCP Reject and CCP Mercury. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for coming. The two of you, I would call the bringer of the bearer of good news.
I would say so, always, definitely.
Yeah,
I would hope so.
Yeah. Because these two have been parading around the office, bells, we have something you have asked for. To kick it off, maybe, just to mention, we are here to talk about the map. And behind me, and you as well, is something which I find it funny that in 2025 people get excited over two-dimensional things. But here we are.
Removing a dimension and making the map better. Yep.
So, right. Yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
It sounds very dramatic when you're removing a dimension.
We're giving you less.
Yes.
No, we're not. But
You give me one less dimension.
yeah, there we go.
Less is more.
Yeah.
Less is more.
Less is more.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
And we've already talked for 5 minutes in a minimalism podcast that's supposed to be about minimalism. So let's get into it. But to basically just to kick it off, you guys have been working hard on the 2D map, which is part of a much broader map improvements update that's been going on. And right now, people can even test it out, right?
Yes, they can. The 2D map and a few other improvements are on CC, and they're open for everyone to give it a try and test it and let us know what they feel like the map is doing good and what it's doing wrong or maybe could do better. And we would love to hear feedback and act upon it before it gets released.
Yeah, this is very much still in a period of development where feedback is very welcomed and wanted for a release later on in the year, basically.
Yeah, we've been iterating for the past few weeks, and we're looking for polishing improvements. There are a few features that we're working on that we would like to add, and they're not yet on CC. But yes, we're very open to feedback.
That's awesome. Let's maybe just start by talking about the map as a whole. There was a lot of confusion, basically, that happened post-FunFest, where obviously some renders of a 2D map and such were shown. Then we have the map update, can't even remember when, June or something like that?
Yeah, in the following expansion after FanFest.
Oh, yeah, it was right away in Legion. Yeah.
So the initial push that we made into the map was just a bunch of improvements to the UX. So Mercury heroically has been kind of going through basically all of our knowledge of the map and gathering all of the intel we needed to make that first push. And most of it was simple changes to UX to reorganize, to make the map just more accessible to players. But what was shown at FanFest was then the future of what we intended to do.
Yeah.
We have now taken steps in that direction. And I don't know how much we can say, but we removed the dimension.
Maybe we can show.
Yeah, we could.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Shall we? So what we're showing now, just before we go in, and the reason I mentioned this at the start with the test being live is that I figured if I'm going in to test it, what better accompanying audio than listening to the devs behind it, talk you through it. So what we are testing here now is not like the full not the full release of what should come when the final update of an ever-living map comes out. But what we are testing this weekend, but we can then also obviously discuss kind of where we want to take it and such. So do we want to hop in?
Yeah, we can hop in. So here you can see my gorgeous capsule that has been primed and ready to look at this map. So here, opening the map,
I've seen that map before.
Yeah, just you wait.
I just want to make like art from our maps.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
like-
It's
Yeah.
gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It's sad that it's all jumbled up into an unrecognizable mess. It does, however, have value to see it in 3D. So the 3D map is staying, but if I move my mouse down to this button right here,
Wait. I'm gonna remove you because you're hiding the button. There we go.
Oh, I'm gonna
Dramatic
I'll
move
it
again.
on, and then I press the button, and before your eyes, it transforms into 2D. There we go. This is now a full representation of New Eden in 2 dimensions. And as we look around our region where we are, you can see that the closer you get, the more information you get. You can.
So it's showing the. Is that the Amar logo basically?
Yeah,
being shown
currently
there?
we're looking at the sovereignty statistic of the map. So it's just showing you where everything is. The closer you zoom in, you then get presented with the names of the systems as well as just, again, this gorgeous logo. But we've also included the icons and logos of people who hold SOV somewhere. So here you can see Pandemic Horde or Pandemic Legion.
That's Horde.
Horde, yeah, there you go. And down here, let's see who's here. Solaris.
Yeah,
There you go. So
Solaris.
beautiful.
Yes.
This is your baby.
Yeah, it's really nice how this map came to be because every single system, there are almost 6,000, maybe a little bit more than 6,000 systems, has been manually placed in its location. We try to maintain a similar layout as the top view of the 3D universe. So the relative position of regions is inspired by that view. We're also trying to keep relative positions similar to other third-party tools well known to players, just to make players' lives a little easier.
So things like jump range and such being relative.
Yes. Yeah.
Can you do me one favor?
Mm-hmm.
I saw Stain there.
Stain.
Yeah, and when I started my journey back in 2004 as a very annoying kid on EVE Online.
There you go.
Can I get that just on a black background, basically, just as a wallpaper?
You definitely could.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a future we could move into. These
Yeah.
are all very recognizable. You can know your little constellations where you live, and for the peeps of Stain, here's your home. We spread it out, and here it is before you.
Are they called Stainers?
Stainers.
Stainers. Stanian.
Yeah,
Stanians?
I think that's
Yeah.
a better than what I thought of. But yeah.
All right. So
For instance, because you were mentioning, like, can I get a screenshot of just this region? We have region options or maybe layout options.
Yes.
If you can go, like, in the bottom corner
Mhm.
and group by region. There you go. Now you're hiding all regions into a little cluster, so it makes the whole map a little easier to read, and you can explode only the region you want to see.
Okay.
So that makes the map a little easier, and you can take a screenshot and print it.
But what about like data? The data that we look at when using the map. It's really interesting, and this is something that I really enjoyed because I came over by Mercury's desk the other day, and I was like, "Oh, can I take a look at the 2D map and stuff like that?" And I noticed really quickly that they were very much monitoring what I was doing,
Mhm.
but not on the screen.
Mhm.
I don't know if it's because I, had just had my nails done or something and I had amazing hands. But like, did you right click or did you left click? Did you do this or did you do that? And when those questions come up, I like obviously at first do not even remember what is right and left. Secondly, I have no idea because it just happens naturally after doing it all these years. It's like asking somebody, so which foot do you put forward first when you start walking?
Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of the approach we've been taking. We've been taking the meticulous approach of trying to understand why people don't use this map and to make this the prevalent map in New Eden.
I guess there's also, so thing is, like for me as a player, it's very much a mix. the mapping game needs to be the jack of all trades. It needs to be able to basically display you everything that you need to know. But then you have these amazing tools, obviously, on the side, and amazing developers doing those that kind of make these tailored experiences for us for very specific purposes. And I'm sure that those will always stay. But this is maybe more of a also unified look that could potentially also spread out after.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure.
So, but if you take us through some of like, just how things are displayed. If we go into a region and we just want to see the security status, or we want to see.
That's not right now. We're looking at sovereignty, but if we switch over to security status, you can see that all of that functions the same as it does on the other map. We are also taking a look at how the data scales. So right now, if I were to select the statistics category here and find average pilots in space, you're looking at this, and or let's do player kills in space. Ships destroyed last hour. No, that one isn't hooked up. 24 hours. There we go. So you're flying around. You want to see.
Wait, are those just? That's just the count.
Oh yeah. I forgot to show you that. So instead of just showing you a color and size, we will just show you the actual number, and we are taking a look for each filter. What is the appropriate way of displaying this data, and which is basically the overhaul that the map has needed for a while.
Yes.
Now, if we were to look at this in a 3D view, you can kind of see there are these hot spots and stuff, but right now you can't really see a difference between 7 ships destroyed and 127 ships.
Yes.
You obviously feel safer going into this system than you go into the other system, right?
Yeah.
So you want to see that immediately. And that is a thing that the 2D map will show in a much clearer way, but we are also taking a look at how the 3D map will show this, how you can immediately spot these differences instead of the only red one being 500 ships.
But when it comes to using the map like this, it's there's kind of these 2 different ways of kind of using it. It's one, am I looking at a specific system? But then, I mean, one of the things that many players do, they go to the map to search for content in one way or another.
Yeah.
Players in space.
Definitely.
PvE sites, asteroid belts, all those things. Can you show us a little bit on those things?
On that front, we kind of actually have a new way of approaching this. So this actually works best in the 3D map, but it does work in the 2D map as well.
Yeah. You can show both.
Yeah,
I mean, we're talking about map updates in general.
And let's say I'm flying around and I'm in my fancy new venture and I'm looking for something to mine.
Oh, fancy.
And I will just go over to this new mining category, which currently the only filter in here is ore anomalies. And you'll notice that these pins have appeared around me. These are just actual, basically readings that outside 5 jumps, you will see a notification or a pin that says, we can see 3 sites in this system, but if you look closer to you, you will actually get the information. I can't actually see one right here, but
you would need to move to be able to into that grouping.
Yeah.
But if I then zoom out, we can just see how the data kind of groups together, and more easily. Let's say another filter is added which uses the same behavior. I can just very easily move closer. Oh, yeah, here are 2. I can go over here. Oh, here's a grouping of them. Oh, there's a bunch over here. So
you can start seeing based on constellations and such. And by the way, just for people observing this, we are viewing it on on test and demo data. So it's not live data, and that's why maybe some of those things do not quite relate to what we would be used to seeing in New Eden.
Eden, definitely. And these are more. There are more of these out towards null and low sec.
Yep.
We're currently in high sec.
Okay, so the idea there is kind of like let's show me a hotspot to move to rather than a hot system, maybe.
Yeah.
So there's a in this area there's stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And basically, data that is just completely unreadable at the zoom level becomes comprehensible.
It's also a pattern and an interaction that most people are already familiar with on several maps. You just use pins to navigate and see like the big cluster and how it breaks apart. And this is an interaction that we were missing from the map, and for some filters could be more beneficial than just showing a heat map, because it's really, you're looking at which area has or anomalies, and then you can break it down and see specifically on one system how many are there. And this is also not additional information, but it's a different way of visualizing this information with spatial context than what the agency was doing. Because this information is available in the agency, but lacks a little bit like the spatial context of seeing it on a map.
Okay. So what we're looking at mostly here, and I guess when it comes to the 2D map, we're mostly looking at how data and information and such that is already there will be displayed in 2D. Are there any more new features like the one you just mentioned with the grouping that we want people to try out now, or?
I am interested in a piece of feedback specifically, because we've been bouncing a little bit back and forth on whether to keep it or how it should behave. So if you can select like maybe a filter.
Let's do planets.
Yes. So you can see that.
Wait, it's on hover.
Yes.
Okay.
So right now, only one selected area, I call it a focus area around your cursor, is showing data. And this is made so that it doesn't clutter the interface too much.
Just say it as it is. It is so that people like me with severe ADD,
Yes.
although I feel like I should be joining in on a multiplayer game of Minesweeper right now.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like this should be a minigame?
Well, it could be. Yeah.
Could be, yeah.
That could be one of the feedbacks.
But so you can see if you can hover on just one area. Yep. One piece of feedback that we got is that sometimes I'm just interested in seeing everything. So we put a toggle. If I press Control, then everything lights up with the data. So you can see the difference here. We are working on adding an actual toggle that just puts it always on display as default, if you so wish. But that is also like some resources that go into it. So we would like to hear feedback from players whether they would always just wish to see it always on display, or if they like the hover interaction.
Okay. If you go like down to nullsec, the true sec of systems and such.
Go to Stain. We're talking about Stain.
Yeah, let's go to Stain.
Yeah.
Like showing the true sec of systems, like are they a minus 1.0 or are they a minus 0.6
Oh, you mean
or
the
something
security
like that?
status?
Yeah, the security status.
No, right. No, this is
It's
sovereignty.
it's on their label.
There you go. Yeah, it shows the actual.
So if you press Control now,
Just let me get us into the thing. Bam.
right, then I get the whole kind of
The whole meat and
Overview
potatoes,
of
so
it.
to speak.
Yes.
Yes.
okay. This is seriously cool, guys, and just I think it's so pretty.
I think it's
Thank
very
you.
pretty as
It's very nice, and it's quite useful. There was one thing that we
forgot about-
noticed. Aha.
Did you?
well. You can see.
By
it's not-
cutting live.
Yeah, it's not lighting up. Well, we gotta fix that.
Speaking of bugs, when we were testing, we realized that the way colors were were representing security on the map wasn't in thresholds. So actually, an 0.6 system sometimes would be green, like it's supposed to be. Sometimes it would be kind of yellow, like an 0.5. If the math behind it was like maybe a 0.51 instead of 0.59.
right.
Yeah.
So there was a clear switch. It was
Yes.
it was happening
Yeah.
in yeah. Okay.
We didn't know, but we fixed it.
Although that's for the proper nerd in me, that would be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
You know, because you never think about it essentially in the in high sec especially.
Mhm.
But okay, this is seriously cool.
But it was quite confusing for players, especially newer players. Like you could mix up a 0.4 with a 0.5.
Yeah, yellow is a little bit scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
All right. One of the things that I see when we're looking at it in 2D is that when viewing it from the 3D side, and I suspect for that use case, being able to swap over is probably very useful still. But the way that we display things like jump lengths
Yes.
for capital ships and black ops and stuff like that.
Yes. So let me just actually.
Should I steal the camera here for a second and let you?
Yeah, exactly. Let me just
magically get into a capital ship.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Titans in high sec? What? No.
We're playing this beautiful porting animation. Let me just skip that.
Porting? I mean, are we working in stations?
Working station. Yeah, got it. We made it. So switching over to the map now, while in a capital ship, before you would only see this bubble.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a useful tool. It is, however, not infallible. As you can see, it's pretty easy to mistake, let's say, this dot over here that I'm pointing at, which actually isn't inside the bubble, but it looks like it is. So we have added that we now highlight all of the systems within a jump range on the 3D map.
Yes.
And this will also be represented on the 2D map in a little bit of a different manner.
So all highlighted
That's one
systems.
hell of a jump drive you have there.
Yes. All highlighted systems are within jump range. And also, if you zoom in
and
now...
that would be within jump range with my skills in the current ship I mentioned.
Yes, in the current ship. You need to be boarded on the ship, otherwise you won't be able to see the jump range.
So we don't have anything yet which could be like jump planning or such?
No.
Oh, but I can see from the smile that is something that has at least been requested.
Has been discussed.
Has been discussed. Not a planner, but maybe something could come.
Maybe something could come is all I can ask for, really.
Something tangential.
Yes. But on CC, you can see that when you hover, there's a little bit of a square around the circles. There you go. So every system with a square is basically a system that you can reach. However, the tooltip will tell you whether or not you can jump to that system. Because, for instance, these are in high sec, so you cannot really jump.
Yeah.
But otherwise, later on, it's also going to tell you the fatigue and the fuel consumption.
Okay. Are distances, are they kind of relative or?
Yeah, this is the distance in light years to that system from the current location.
But are you talking about the distance in writing? I'm more thinking about like the distance between dots on the map.
Oh no. Unfortunately, because this is a forced projection, not even a projection because it's been
we
manually
lost a
made.
dimension.
Yeah, we lost a dimension.
Yeah.
So the distance is not representative of the actual physical distance between systems.
I'm surprised the community didn't ask for the 4D map.
Yeah, there you go. Just add a dimension of time and we'll be ready. Yeah. But this square is not the final representation, but this is very temporary.
No, but
Yes.
those two things, both the highlighting of the systems and then the square on this part. I mean, I guess there are a few cases where you kind of use jump drives in very various ways. One of them being, for example, no rush. I'm just, about to take my jump freighter somewhere or move my Rourke, something like that. It's not necessarily, holy shit, I'm getting in a response fleet to save somebody and I need to know if, how and if I can jump. And in many ways, then, like, the whole 3D map, the old one, was really convenient to see, like, okay, if I jump these two gates, then, this regional takes me so far that I open up into a new system, which maybe the 2D map doesn't quite
capture, no.
No, but that's why you can kind of jump back into the 3D map pretty quickly.
Yeah. And that's why we felt it was important, because it was discussed to have this as two separate maps. Sorry, I spit on your table there.
Just as you want.
So it was discussed to have these as two separate maps. We did, however, arrive at the conclusion that just being able to swap is
more than enough.
More than enough, and more handy. You can actually see more easily kind of like where stuff is, and you can easily swap between, instead of having to swap between windows and navigate to different windows.
Yeah.
This is seriously cool, guys. I really look forward to both reading up on the feedback that we get over the test. Is it open all weekend or? I'll ask somebody else.
Yeah.
Read the news, people. That's
making
where you will
it.
see it.
What I know is that we'll be sending out a survey to gather feedback, and we'll also have a Discord channel and a page on the CCP forum for EVE Online that will be open to get comments from players.
I would love if people go in and they see what I think I'm seeing, but I'm not very arty, but I think it's really pretty. I would love, like, for the next Nerds episode or something like that, to highlight some of the creations that might come out of it. That's this is really, really, colorful, pretty, fun.
Exactly.
There's something mesmerizing about when it flattens out.
Yes.
And I'm sure that effect wasn't needed, but somebody just really wanted it there. So yeah.
Also,
Oh wait, the jump bridges. That's
Yeah.
something we hadn't seen.
jump bridges are on the 2D map as well. That is important that they are represented, of course.
Why is it red in one end?
Because I don't actually know why this one is
I
red.
think it has something to do with access, I believe.
Ooh.
Yeah, maybe.
It would be really weird if I can access one end but not the other, though.
Yeah.
So it's a good point.
Yeah, so unaccessible would probably be red, and yeah.
Yeah, and kind of like that kind of is a good point to mention. There are bugs in this. This is not ready. This is not final.
Sounds
So-
like a feature. Get somebody to like go through your one-way gate and then
Exactly.
find your way out. This is awesome, guys. And anything you want to add before we conclude? Is there something in the pipeline, or is this something we should revisit once the test is done and we get closer to announcing?
I would love to revisit this, definitely.
Me
This
too.
is an ever-evolving thing, and we definitely do want to hear from the players and respond to stuff, and to talk about how we responded would be a good conversation to have, I think.
Okay, I have one idea. I really want the map on a touchscreen next to me through an app. I just throwing it out there. Just throwing it out there. It's really something I want because it just, especially the 2D map, feels like it should be poked at.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Literally.
Eve companion app. There you go.
Yeah, but I mean nobody makes apps in 25.
No.
Guys, Reject Mercury, thank you so much for coming. It was
Thanks so
a
much.
pleasure. I hope everybody just enjoys testing out the map features on Singularity, the test server this weekend for people. Well, I mean, we kind of spoke about it, like everybody knows what it is, but in your client, there is a option that usually just says Tranquility. And if you've never thought about what it is, it's in the bottom right corner. You can swap it over to Singularity. That would then prompt a download and an install for that build.
That particular client, yeah.
That particular client, exactly. And usually the server is closed, but for this weekend, it's just open for all to go in and test. And anything you do there basically has no repercussions on Tranquility except being an idiot. We don't allow that in there rather than the other place.
Don't be a dick.
Don't be a dick. Yeah.
that
You
should
can kind of
follow
be
in
an
life.
idiet
Yeah.
or like a mean in the game way. But you kind of is all about those things. But there's there's the lines. It's basically that. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I'm guessing
Thank
you'll
you.
be busy all weekend
Yes.
reading feedback and such. It's like, no, I'm on vacations. It's the weekend. No,
No.
I know that's not correct.